Organizational Dynamics students, ORST 400. Wanted to take a few minutes to go over the syllabus and to kind of give you an explanation of what you can expect, as this serves as a contract between you and me. And so if you could take the time to watch this, I also encourage you to go to Moodle and pull up the syllabus from there so that you can follow along. And then as soon as you're done watching this and looking over the syllabus, I encourage you to take the syllabus quiz. The quiz is not to challenge you or to test you in a sense of like, do you know this all the way through? It's to make sure that you know how to use the syllabus and you know how to navigate some of the important information that is posted on it. So let's go ahead and begin. Our class, Organizational Dynamics, meets synchronously on Tuesdays. That means on Zoom. On Tuesdays, we will meet from 6:45 to 8:15 p.m. The full 3 hours on Zoom is going to be a bit overwhelming, and it's not going to be productive or the best use of our time. So there will be an assignment that you can do at any time you want. I would encourage you to just go ahead and do it after our class session as things are fresh in your mind to make up for that additional hour and a half that we will not be meeting synchronously. Asynchronous students, my goal is to post the recording of the class session on Zoom as quickly as I can, and so that you can watch it, and then you will be able to respond in the form that is designed for our asynchronous cohort, so that you will have an opportunity to participate in the conversation that you would have missed out on in the synchronous class. Now, asynchronous students, you've already been granted approval and blessing by the university to do that. So my asynchronous cohort, you know who you are. If you have not gotten the okay from the university for asynchronous, you are expected to be on Zoom, and we can have conversations about that if that's an issue, but I just want to explain that. So let's go ahead and kind of start the syllabus here. So my name is Jeffrey New. Please call me Jeff. If that's not comfortable, you may call me Professor New. That is completely okay. I do have a Master's of Science. You can contact me via email or phone. That is my cell phone number listed, so you can text me, you can call me, whatever works for you. I do not have any set office hours, so if there's a time where you want to meet with me, just email me, text me. We can set up a phone call or a Zoom meeting so that we can go over anything you want to talk about. So Organizational Dynamics is a course that studies organizational theory, culture, the formal and informal networks, the message management, the crisis management, the personnel motivation and satisfaction, and the role of leaders in transforming a congregation or organization dealing with conflict. Now it says congregation or organization dealing with conflict because our class has both transformational ministries majors and business majors in it. So depending on your major, you will have a different emphasis in this class. And I think honestly, what better time to take this class in right now, as we are in a global pandemic and the way we do church and the way businesses operate is constantly changing. The number of businesses who have moved to a work from home or work remote model and don't plan to go back is skyrocketing. And so there's a lot we can kind of study and learn and try to figure out with what's happening now by looking at case studies from the past as well. So I'm excited. I think it's super timely and super relevant. So textbooks, I did post this as well in Moodle, but just to go over it again, the Bowman and Deal Reframing Organizations textbook is all students, regardless of your major, you will need that textbook. That is the core text for this class, and that is going to serve as kind of the skeleton of the class. My goal is not to lecture on the contents in the book. You will read it and you will have some response assignments that have to do with it, but my goal is with the lecture and the extra activities that we do is to build on that. So you definitely want the book. I don't recommend sharing it. It's not permitted, especially now because of distancing. Now there is a second book required for you. So if you're a business admin major, you will need the Speak Performance book. If you are a transformational ministry major, or for some reason you're another major that I haven't talked about, you will want Firestorm. So depending on your major, it's going to depend on your second book. So 2 books for the class, you definitely need Bowman and Deal. If you have any questions on that, refer to Moodle, to the textbook area, or go ahead and touch base with me. I'm going to have you go ahead on your own time and look over the course objectives and how it relates to the ministry statement of the college. Let's go ahead and scroll down. These are the course objectives and goals depending on your major, so go ahead and read those. That might be important for the quiz, hint, hint. We'll go to course requirements. So there are different activities and assignments, and I know this is where many of you want to go right away when you look at a syllabus. There's going to be various readings and lecture quizzes assignments. It's worth 100 points. So basically you'll be assigned the reading, and then there'll be some kind of response assignment to it, and throughout the semester that'll add up to 100 points. You will then, whether you do Firestorm or Speak Performance, you'll read that book, and you will write a book review and critique for that book, and so that is worth 200 points. So that is what this book review and critique is about. I'll send more information on these assignments as they are assigned, or when they are assigned. You will have a group project. I know that is everyone's favorite thing in the world to do, and so you will be put into small groups based off of your majors and interest, and this is the highest graded portion of your assignment. And so you're going to pick an organization, whether it's for-profit, non-profit, a church, that's up to you, and you are going to apply everything you're learning, and you're going to evaluate and critique that organization. So again, we'll touch base on this, but I want you to know you will have a group project. I will set you up the best I can for success. I know group projects in person are hard, and I know some of you are dreading the idea of a virtual group project, but this is real world experience, considering that there are millions of people who have to work virtually right now. There is a biblical integration paper, so towards the end of the class you'll take everything you've learned and you will apply some biblical knowledge and understanding to the concepts of the class, and you'll write a paper on that. Class participation is huge, and so you're going to want to be able to be involved in the discussion boards. You're going to want to definitely be involved in your group project, and that's 100 points. The thing I am most excited about is I'm going to be reading throughout the semester from chapters of The Fred Factor, so you do not need to buy this book. If you want to, you can. But then you are going to have an assignment where you are going to apply what you have learned this semester to a passion area of yours, and you are going to create a project, and it's going to be worth 100 points. Now this is pretty outside of the box, and so again we'll talk more about this as we get closer. Now there's 1,000 points possible in the class, and so it's pretty cut and dry as far as how the points are designed. I don't round grades up, so if you want an A and you have a 93.9% according to our syllabus, that's an A minus. You have to have at least a 94% to get the A. So I'm telling you that now so we don't have to have a conversation later when you're begging me and all of that. I'm not trying to be mean. That's the grade you earn, so that's the grade you get. So the structure of our course is going to be synchronous and asynchronous for some of you, and the rest of you it's just asynchronous. So synchronous means that we have face-to-face time. Asynchronous means it's all kind of on your own. On Moodle, I'll have it posted where you'll know your deadlines and all of that. The only difference for synchronous and asynchronous students is synchronous students will participate in a Zoom call. Asynchronous students will watch the recording and participate in a form based off of the recording. Other than that, everything else is the same for our class. Now, as a undergraduate 3-unit class, that means it's about 3 hours a week of seat time and 6 to 9 hours a week of outside of seat time. So in this case, if we are going to do an hour and a half of seat time, sometimes it'll be 3, but that means you can expect anywhere from 6 to 7.5 hours of work outside of class. Now, I don't try to be like, oh, I want to give you this many hours of work. I'm going to just give you assignments, and I want you to work on it, and I'm going to be hoping that you're going to be reading, taking the time to do your assignments. If it takes you less, great. I'm not trying to max out your hours. I'm just trying to make sure that you are getting the education that you deserve, the education that you've signed up for, and the education that you're paying for. When you submit things, make sure it's the best you can do. You're going to submit everything via Moodle, and communication can be done via Moodle or email, but we're going to try and keep our learning management system, aka Moodle, the main thing. Attendance is critical. Communication is key. Life happens. I know that most of us are working from home, and there's a lot going on outside of our control. So just communicate with me. Whatever is going on with your assignments, with your attendance, tell me ahead of time. Tell me in real time. It's always better than telling me after the fact, unless obviously it's emergency. Then take care of the emergency first. Nobody likes a liar, a cheater, or a thief. So please do everything you can with the best, highest level of ethics and integrity that you have, that you represent. So no plagiarism, no cheating, no fabrication. Produce original work. Be honest, and we shouldn't have any issues. I don't deal with plagiarism. I send you directly to the dean, so don't do that. Dress code. Okay, so we're on Zoom. Please wear a shirt. Don't try to come on and surprise us. I encourage you. I know it might be weird for some of you to sit in front of a computer for a class, but take the time to get ready, get dressed, and just be ready for class. If you have any disabilities or learning challenges, please contact me, contact the university so that you can get the appropriate help and assistance you need. My goal is to help you learn and master a body of knowledge, not to make you suffer because you have a learning challenge. So if there's a way that I can help you learn better, I want to help you learn better. Let's see. So there's a tentative class schedule. This has changed quite a bit as the way we hold class has been changing. So expect this to change some more. So for example, on our first class, we're going to do a class introduction. We'll talk about what the semester is going to look like, and we'll talk about Moodle a little bit. And so hopefully this helps. Again, I know it was really quick. I know it's really brief. But again, take the time to read over it in detail. Please send me any questions you have. Send me any questions that for clarity, any of that. So yeah, that's all I got.